Hi, welcome to the fourth part of the Parametric Crankshaft in Autocad. I've got my Parameter Manager palette opened over here with all my user parameters and the profiles over there. So I could isolate those. So go for isolate these objects here like that. That's okay. And first I want to do a planar surface. My active layer is solid minus, so it's an orange one, that's okay. So go for planar, right click, go for the object option and select this one here, right click, and you've got a nice planar surface. Now I need an offset surface, which is also associative because that's activated. So go for an offset, select this one, right click, and this should be 20 millimeters. Then select the surface, go to the properties and replace that offset here with the counterweight thickness because that's the needed parameter. So if we change now that thickness, this surface will move up as well. And back to 20. So I've reduced my palette over here a little bit. Now I want to make a loft. So go for a loft. Right click, make sure you have surface activated. Again, right click, go for join multiple edges and select here the edges of that surface. Right click, then again right click, again join multiple edges, and now I want to do it like this. Right click and you've got that nice loft surface. Right click, enter, and then go for continuity and make it G0 and G0 and enter, and I've got my first counterweight. And if I change that from wireframe to maybe realistic, it looks like that. Great. So now for the second counterweight, I need another offset surface. So let's go back to wireframe like that. And that would be the second counterweight offset, which would be counterweight plus 60 if I start with this one at the bottom. Or I could do an offset from this one, and this would be the length of the rod bearing journal. That would also be an option. So I've got this one here, so I will go for the one at the bottom. So go for another offset surface, select this one here, right click, and the offset would be 60. Then again select it, go to the properties and change that value here to second, what did I call it? I know it's called second counterweight offset. Second counterweight offset. Then another one, again offset from this one, right click, right now it would be 20, and replace that value with the thickness of the counterweight. Let's try and test it. Change that thickness. Where is it? There you go. From 20 to maybe 40, and the model should adjust accordingly. That's great. Undo. And again, I want to make a loft. Loft, right click, join multiple edges, select these, right click, join multiple edges like this, right click, OK, then go for enter, go for continuity, and again change it to G0, G0, and enter. Okay, next are the bearing journals. Therefore I want to isolate those circles, so this one here and that one, right click, then go again for planar surface, planar, right click with an object, this one, right click, then go for an offset, and that first offset would be 20 millimeters. Replace that value in the properties with the proper parameter, and that would be the counterweight thickness. Nice. Then I need another offset surface from this one, right click. This would be 40 right now. Then replace that 40 in the properties with the rod bearing journal length. Fine. Let's go for a loft. Right click, join multiple edges, right click again, join multiple edges, right click, go for enter, go for continuity, G0, G0, enter. Now next will be another planar surface, again with an object, this time is that circle, right click. I need an offset surface, right click, and this would be at the moment 80. And that would be the main bearing journal offset. So select the surface, go for the properties, and main bearing journal underscore offset, and then another offset surface. This would be 40, and this should be replaced by the main bearing journal length. Then go for another loft, right click, join multiple edges, select those edges, right click, join multiple edges, right click, go for enter, go for continuity, G0, G0, enter. And if I bring back all my objects, it looks like this here. So now I could put those elements on a different layer if I want, or just switch to realistic, and it looks like this So if I change a value here, it should adjust accordingly. So let's try the thickness. Looks good. Back to 20. Then maybe the length of the journal here. This one, maybe 60. Looks good. Undo. And OK. So I think you've got my idea. Therefore, I want to isolate now this here and that circle and this circle, which allows me to build the second rotated part. Let's start again with a planar surface, go for an object, this one, right click, maybe switch back to wireframe, then go for an offset surface, this one, right click, and that distance would be of course 120 plus 20 for the second one. So the first one is at 120 and that would be the part distance. So let's go for 120. Should be up here. And this should be replaced in the properties with the part offset. So go here, right for the part offset. This one here. Now again, offset surface from this one, right click. This would be 20 and replace this one here in the properties with the thickness of the counterweight. CW thickness. Then again go for a loft. Right click, join multiple edges. Right click again. Right click, OK. Enter and go for continuity. G0, G0. And enter. Next, another offset. Now from the top one here, this one here. Or you could go to the one down below. Whatever you want. Let's go to maybe... No. That's the one. Right click. And that offset would be 80. And that would be, of course, again, the second counterweight offset. Yep. Then go for another offset, 20, and that would be the counterweight thickness again. Let's go for another loft. Join the edges. Join it again. Go for G0 continuity on both ends. Enter. Next will be a planar surface with an object. This one here, right click. Offset surface would be right click, 120 plus 20, that's 140. And then select that surface, go to the properties, and replace that with the part offset plus the counterweight thickness. Then go for another offset surface. This one here, right click. This would be 40 again. Select it up here, change the 40 to the rod bearing journal length. Now let's hide these here. Right click, go for another loft, right click, join the edges, right click, join the edges, right click, enter, and go for the G0 continuity. Enter. And if I bring back all my hidden objects, I've got already another segment. What's missing? This one. So again, isolate. That would be this circle here. No, the one in the middle. And there I've got already a surface. So I should go for an offset surface. Select that surface. It's kind of hard to see. This one. Right click, and that offset would be 120 plus 80, 200. And then replace this in the properties with the correct expression. That would be the part offset plus the main bearing journal offset, MBJ offset. Then go for another offset surface. This would be 40, and replace that value here with the length of the main bearing journal. So it's MBJ underscore length. Maybe, just maybe, isolate this surface and that one. Right click, go for another loft, join the edges again, right click, join edges, right click, enter, continuity G0, G0, enter. Bring back all the objects. Looks pretty good. Now let's go for realistic. And if I change a value, that already existing crankshaft should change accordingly. So maybe change the counterweight thickness here to 30. It adjusts, great. Adjust the vertical, not the vertical length, but the, where is it? Rod bearing journal length here. There you go, to maybe 50. And you see it works. And that's it. If you want to have it 5 times, you have to create it 5 times. It's a little bit tedious, but it's a nice exercise and shows you how you can do parametric associative 3D modeling in Autocad. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you liked it. If you did like it, please give it a like or leave a comment. If you want to see more, please give it a like or leave a comment. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would really help. You could follow me also on GrabCAD, Instagram, and especially on LinkedIn Learning. So thanks for watching. See you to the next one. Bye bye.